Most business leaders and entrepreneurs are thinking about the wrong things. And one of the reasons that their businesses are constantly stuck or staying even is because they're asking the wrong question. Over the years, I've been mentored by some of the greatest minds in business in our day and age. Tony Robbins, David Meltzer, Gary Vaynerchuk, and more. And whenever I'm with these guys, the one thing I always ask myself is, what is the question that I don't know that I should be asking? And a few years ago, I came up with this concept because I was in some of these really amazing rooms. After I won Grant Cardone's Speak Off, I ended up being around the 10X community. And then I would be with people like John Maxwell, or I'd be with people like Marie Forleo or Jen Gottlieb. We'd be backstage, we'd be hanging out. I'd be with Tom Bilyeu or having conversations. And I would always ask them these questions. What am I not looking for? What is the thing that I don't know that's about to hit me in the face? And the quality of your questions, as you have probably heard, equals the quality of your life as well as the quality of your business. And I think we tend to ask the wrong questions of ourselves, of our teams, but really most importantly, of those that we are being mentored by. I'll tell you a quick story that'll kind of explain to you how you can shift the way that you're thinking about the questions that you're asking. So about 6 years, almost 7 years ago, I got the opportunity to spend 10 minutes with one of the most influential business podcasters in America. And at the time, he charged $1,000 for a 10-minute conversation. And for whatever reason, I knew that if I could get on that call with him, it would help me transform the podcast. So if you don't know, I have Think Unbroken podcast, over 1,000 episodes. It's in a different podcast than this one, obviously. But so much of what that podcast turned into, becoming an award-winning podcast, millions and millions of downloads, etc., came from this 10-minute conversation that I spent $1,000 on. And you must be thinking to yourself, that's crazy. Who would spend $1,000 for 10 minutes of someone's time? Well, if the ROI on $1,000 is 100,000, you would be insane not to. And so that was my approach coming into this conversation. I thought to myself, I'm spending $1,000 for 10 minutes of this guy's time. That is $100 per minute. That is an insane amount of money. I need to come into this conversation as prepared as humanly possible. And so for 2 days before our conversation, I wrote down every question I could think of. And then I reiterated on this and I walked down the path of asking different questions. And I was looking at the questions like something here is off. And I recognized that there was something I was missing in terms of a system and structure to asking the questions I was about to ask this guy on this call. What I realized is I needed to start with the end in mind. Most people start with the beginning. How do I do X? And it's like the thing in front of them. And what I realized is I needed to ask him, well, how do I monetize this podcast, get millions of downloads a year, and most importantly, build a system for networking with high level individuals who I can get to come on the show? That's where I started. And the information that I got from that conversation changed everything, because with that landing point for the conversation, it had the end in mind. And then within that, the thing that I started to recognize, like literally in real time in this conversation with him, was what question am I not asking? And so we had about 6 minutes left. In 4 minutes, he gave me everything that I needed, by the way. I recorded the conversation. I had a whole bunch of notes. We were ready to go. I had things I could implement immediately. But about 6 minutes left, I said, hey, man, what am I not asking you? What is the question I'm missing? What is the thing that I am not paying attention to? What should I be doing? And this is where the real gold came, because he said, you need to build a low ticket community. And that will create monthly reoccurring revenue that'll help you on the days, the weeks, the months that you do not want to be doing the podcast, or you can't, or you're sick, or you need a break, or whatever it is. And it was such a edifying moment for me, because in the back of my head, I kind of felt like I should do something deeper with my community. And that question what is the thing I'm not looking for here, transformed that element of the vertical of my business. So, what I want you to think about as you're with mentors, coaches, business partners, friends, people who are entrepreneurs, me, if you come into the Unbroken community, I want you to be thinking every single day, what question should I be asking that I don't know that I need to ask? Because if you can narrow in on that, that becomes a superpower. Also, it becomes a great tool for something that you can implement with your team. Because when you give your team permission to ask you questions like this, you can help them more quickly identify and get clarity around the objectives that you set for them. I have this really high expectation of the people around me to always be in communication with me, not in the day to day, the ticky tack stuff, but I'm lost, I'm stuck, I don't understand. What question am I not asking you? And so this becomes a great tool for you to start implementing today. So as you're in this, this is a people's thing, right? This is a team and leadership conversation you should be having constantly, really with everyone around you. What is the question that I don't know that I should be asking you? So I hope this was powerful for you. If you go to unbrokenbsg.com, I actually put together a quiz that will help you identify which of the 6 pillars of your business you are stuck in that is keeping you from creating 7 figures. We created an in-depth guide that is personalized to you when you take this quiz. Go to unbrokenbsg.com. It's absolutely free. It literally takes 3 minutes. And then you'll get one of 6 customized reports to help you identify which of the 6 pillars is keeping you from 7 figures. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later.